Good evening, I'm Claudine Wong.
And I'm Alex Savage, and we do begin tonight with the Park Fire, burning now in 4 different counties: Butte, Tehama, Shasta, and Plumas. CAL FIRE says it's burned more than 360,000 acres and is 12% contained.
The wildfire has grown to one of the largest in California history. KTVU's Zach Sauce joining us now live from Butte County with the latest update from CAL FIRE. Zach?
Well, this just speaks to how devastating this fire has been. A home behind me just completely gone here in the community of Forest Ranch. Fortunately, we have seen a number of other homes in this area that are still standing thanks to the hard work of firefighters here. Crews right now just north of here trying to keep this fire from fully overtaking Highway 32, that is east of Chico. At a briefing earlier, CAL FIRE saying crews were able to make a little progress yesterday in terms of bolstering their fire lines thanks to cooler weather, less wind, as you mentioned. But today they say the heat and wind, it has returned to some extent, helping fuel these flames. The fire, as you mentioned, now it is up to some 360,000 acres. That's around 560 square miles, a massive, massive footprint to deal with. That makes it the 7th largest fire in the state ever. CAL FIRE saying today some 67 structures, including homes, have been damaged or destroyed since Wednesday. The eastern edge of the fire area, a major focus of crews right now. That includes the community of Butte Meadows, just east of Highway 32.
We're starting to see increased fire activity. We have fire running in a northeasterly direction. It's crossed Deer Creek on both sides of the creek, and basically it's making a pretty significant run, about 100 acres or so, moving into some heavier fuels. We have dozers, crews and engines and aircraft making a direct attack on that the best they can.
All this again started Wednesday when CAL FIRE says a 42-year-old man identified as Ronnie Stout set a car ablaze and sent it into a gully. That man now under arrest at the moment. 4,200 people, an estimated 4,200 people now facing mandatory evacuation orders. And we've heard the only way that some of them are being let back to their homes is through police escort right now. Back to you.
Yeah, Zach, that devastation behind you is so dramatic and so heartbreaking for the folks who have lost their homes. I have seen reports that they were hoping to lift some of those evacuation orders, but really the roads in and out of there are really so difficult. What have you been seeing trying to get in and around? They've got down power lines. They've got obviously devastation. They need to keep those roadways clear for all the firefighters as well.
Yeah, that is certainly part of it, those down power lines. In fact, there are some just behind us. But there are also hot spots that are still creeping up. So they are actively working to make sure that those do not reignite. They do not want people returning to their homes, given the potential that those could then spread. The winds, again, picking up today.
Yeah, and obviously, Zach, we can just get the sense here. This is going to be a lengthy and drawn-out firefight for those crews up there. Is there any sense at this point about just how long it may take to get full control of this fire?
Not at this point, and I can tell you just, again, north of here along Highway 32, this is a very active situation. It has completely burned sort of the valley area to my left, but as it moves kind of northeastward, they are facing a very active firefight right now, and there are some communities just east of here that they are really working hard to try to keep those flames from getting to.
Can you talk a little bit about the air quality as well? I know we're getting some alerts down here to kind of be wary of where that smoke is traveling. What kind of conditions for you are you seeing there in terms of air quality?
You know, it really depends. Certainly there is a heavy smell of smoke in the air, as you would expect during any large wildfire like this. We are fortunately at a kind of high vantage point right now, so the air is a little bit clearer here. But, you know, the second you kind of move into some of these really heavily wooded areas that are now actively burning, it can become quite difficult to breathe.
All right, that is Zach Sauce on the scene there in Butte County here as crews continue battling the Park Fire. Zach, thank you for the update from there. And obviously,